I couldn't keep my mouth shut, and I toasted myself. That morning, I got ready for the big budget meeting. It was the day when the movers, the shakers, the key players in New York City government stood in front of Mayor Giuliani and said, "This is what we need for our department for the year. This is the resources, and this is what we're going to do." And I was prepared. I put on my power suit, my power shoes, and I made breakfast. It's actually more accurate to say I burnt breakfast. My bagel was toast. Now, as a New Yorker, we take a bagel seriously. That was not a good start. It was an omen, but it did not deter me. I got dressed, got out the door, took my dawdling daughter, who couldn't have moved any slower, to the school bus, and got downtown to get ready for the budget meeting. I met with my staff. I was an executive deputy commissioner. I had a corner office. I had a lot of staff. We went over every page of that presentation. Formulas, graphs, charts, calculations. We painstakingly went through every word because there was a situation a few months earlier where I briefed the entire mayoral team on pubic instead of public. Spell check did not catch it in that written document. Didn't want that to happen again. We collated, we paginated. I grabbed my briefcase and off I went to City Hall. At the bottom of those glistening marble steps, I stopped, thinking the power shoes might not be appropriate for the slick weather, but it did not deter me. I walked up those steps with confidence, with pride, into the rotunda. And there, I took a deep breath. I was part of New York City history. The forefathers, the big marble columns, the pictures of the people who had come before us. You could smell the power in those halls. I was whisked right into the mayor's intersanctum to the budget meeting. And here I was, sitting around the table, big mahogany table, with 20 eyes staring at me, and another 30 eyes behind me, the staffers sitting behind the table who wanted a seat at the table. The mahogany, big walls, the windows 10 feet with rich green velvet covering them. No sunlight in that room, and they're all staring at me and thinking, she's getting toasted. And I'm thinking, I did it to myself. I did it to myself. Here's how it went. The police commissioner said, "Mr. Mayor, I need more money for safe city, safe streets. I need more uniforms, more boots on the ground, more equipment, and more analysts." And the mayor said, "Absolutely. Safe city, safe streets, go, go, go. It's a priority." Then the economic development commissioner, "Mr. Mayor, I have 10 companies who want to move to New York, and they will give us 20,000 jobs, and we need subsidies and tax breaks and marketing dollars." And the mayor said, 20,000 jobs? More New Yorkers working? I want that. And then I went, representing the welfare department, the social worker. And I said, "Mr. Mayor, in the past 3 years, we have led the nation in welfare reform. We have reduced the rolls. We have taken those people who were coming from New Jersey, Connecticut, Westchester, Long Island, over the bridge and through the woods to steal our dollars. They're no longer on the rolls. We have taken people who had 2 cases and 2 addresses. They're no longer on the rolls. And now we have people who need job training and job prep and transitional benefits to be able to be self-sufficient and stay off of welfare. And we need the money to do this." And the mayor said, "Great job, Ilene. Not at this time. Our priorities have shifted." Yeah, there was silence, and I don't get silent often. But I regrouped. I persisted. I said, "Mr. Mayor, I don't think you saw slide number 14, the econometric autoregression historical analysis. I am throwing every big word I can at this guy so he knows that I'm serious, I'm smart, we need this." And the first deputy mayor says, "Ilene, we value what you've done, but that's not our priority anymore. We're not putting more money. Go ahead." And I said, "But Mr. Mayor, the 10,000 staff, little me that you put in charge of 10,000 people you taught me to train, the unions are on our side, and the unions are giving givebacks, and they want to help their workers help people get off welfare. Mr. Mayor, the unions, we're all together." And the mayor's council said, "Ilene, that's enough. We heard you. but it's not a priority. But I did not stop. But. And the mayor's chief of staff said, "That's it, Ilene." And at that moment, every chair moved forward, and I was left outside of the circle. And it reminded me of how I grew up in my family, always feeling like there was an agenda. They all knew something. My 3 sisters always getting yes, and me always getting no. I know now we did not get the resources because of my big mouth. The priorities have shifted. A decision was made in some back room before that meeting. I do know I didn't get the next promotion because of my big mouth. I did self-toast myself. But I also know that I don't want just to have a seat at the table. I want to be in that back room making the deals, and I want to own the table.